Have you ever wondered what really happens inside your body every time you masturbate? Many men don't realize that their prostate undergoes immediate and long-term changes during and after ejaculation. And here's something even more surprising. Some of these changes can be beneficial, while others could be concerning if overlooked. In this video, we're uncovering 6 key changes that happen to your prostate when you masturbate. From blood flow and hormonal shifts to potential effects on long-term prostate health, these changes play a crucial role in how your body functions as you age. By understanding them, you can make better decisions about your health, your habits, and your future well-being. Stay tuned until the end, because you'll not only discover what happens each time you ejaculate, but also learn how these changes impact your prostate over time. Some of these insights might completely shift the way you think about your body and could even help you prevent serious health complications down the road. Now let's get started. Number 1, impact on prostate cancer risk. One of the most debated topics regarding masturbation and prostate health is its potential role in reducing the risk of prostate cancer. Over the years, several studies have suggested that regular ejaculation may help flush out carcinogens and inflammatory agents from the prostate, potentially lowering the risk of developing prostate cancer later in life. The reasoning behind this is fairly simple. The prostate is a gland that produces seminal fluid, and over time it can accumulate toxins, metabolic byproducts, and excess hormones. If these substances are not regularly expelled, they may contribute to cellular damage and inflammation, 2 factors that are linked to increased cancer risk. Some researchers believe that frequent ejaculation helps clear out these potentially harmful substances, keeping the prostate in better condition. For instance, a well-known study conducted by Harvard, researchers found that men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer compared to those who did so less frequently. While this doesn't mean every man needs to reach a specific number, it does suggest that a regular pattern of ejaculation could be beneficial for prostate health. However, it's important to note that this is just one piece of the puzzle. Genetics, diet, lifestyle, and overall health all play a major role in prostate cancer risk. Let's take James, a 74-year-old who had a family history of prostate cancer. Concerned about his risk, he started researching ways to improve his prostate health. He discovered that maintaining an active sex life, along with proper nutrition and regular checkups, could contribute to reducing his overall risk. After consulting his doctor, he made simple but effective changes, including more frequent ejaculation, a diet rich in cruciferous vegetables, and an exercise routine designed to support hormone balance. Over time, he noticed improvements in his overall well-being and felt more confident about his health. That being said, ejaculation alone is not a guaranteed way to prevent prostate cancer. It should be seen as one of many lifestyle factors that contribute to better prostate health. Maintaining a healthy diet, reducing stress, staying physically active, and getting regular prostate screenings are just as important, if not more. Number 2, temporary reduction in prostate congestion. One of the less talked about benefits of masturbation is that it can help clear out excess seminal fluid that accumulates in the prostate. This process, sometimes called prostatic drainage, plays an important role in maintaining prostate health. When you ejaculate, the prostate releases buildup fluid, reducing internal pressure and potentially lowering the risk of discomfort and inflammation. For most men, this means a feeling of relief and relaxation after ejaculation. But for others, particularly those who don't ejaculate often, this buildup can lead to temporary congestion, which may cause mild pelvic discomfort or an increased urge to urinate. This is especially true for men with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or chronic prostatitis, where stagnant fluid inside the prostate can become a source of irritation. Take Richard, a 72-year-old retiree who hadn't been sexually active for months. He started noticing a dull, aching sensation in his lower abdomen and frequent nighttime urination. His doctor explained that his prostate was experiencing mild congestion due to a lack of ejaculation, leading to increased inflammation and pressure on his bladder. To his surprise, the doctor recommended regular ejaculation as a way to ease the buildup and improve his symptoms. After following this advice, Richard noticed a significant reduction in discomfort and fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. This doesn't mean that all men need to follow a set frequency, but it does highlight an important point. Ejaculation can be a natural way to relieve prostate congestion. However, if you notice discomfort even after ejaculation, or if the relief is only temporary, it could indicate an underlying issue that requires medical attention. The key takeaway here is that for many men, moderate masturbation may provide a simple way to support prostate health and reduce unnecessary discomfort. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, hormonal shifts in testosterone regulation. When you masturbate, your body's hormone levels fluctuate, particularly testosterone and dihydrotestosterone DHT. These hormones play a crucial role in prostate function, muscle strength, and overall male health. While testosterone naturally rises and falls throughout the day, sexual activity can cause a temporary drop in its levels immediately after ejaculation. For younger men, this drop is barely noticeable because their bodies quickly replenish testosterone. But as men age, testosterone production naturally declines, and frequent ejaculation can contribute to temporary dips in energy, motivation, and muscle recovery. This is why some men, particularly those in their 60s and 70s, may feel a bit more fatigued after masturbation than they did when they were younger. However, this decrease is short-lived, and in most cases, testosterone levels return to baseline within 24 hours. Then there's DHT, a more potent form of testosterone that is strongly linked to prostate health. While DHT is essential for normal male development, excessive levels can contribute to prostate enlargement and even hair loss. Some studies suggest that frequent ejaculation might help reduce DHT buildup, which could lower the risk of developing benign prostatic hyperplasia BPH over time. However, the balance is delicate. Too little DHT can affect libido and overall vitality, while too much may contribute to prostate issues. Consider Frank, a 68-year-old who had been feeling unusually sluggish for weeks. He had noticed a gradual decline in his energy levels and a slight dip in motivation. After speaking with his doctor, he learned that his frequent late-night masturbation habits might have been affecting his testosterone balance. By adjusting his routine, including better sleep, strength training, and a nutrient-rich diet, he was able to restore his energy and maintain a healthy hormonal balance, while still enjoying a normal sex life. For most men, these hormonal shifts aren't a cause for concern, but they are important to be aware of as you age. Understanding the role of testosterone and DHT in your body can help you make more informed choices about your habits and overall health. If you find yourself experiencing persistent fatigue, low libido, or changes in muscle strength, it may be worth discussing hormonal balance with a doctor. Masturbation itself isn't harmful, but like everything else, moderation is key, especially when it comes to maintaining healthy hormone levels and supporting long-term prostate health. Number 4, increased blood flow to the prostate. One of the first things that happens when you masturbate is a surge in blood flow to the prostate. This is part of your body's natural response during sexual arousal, and it serves an important function. The prostate gland, which sits just below the bladder, is responsible for producing seminal fluid. And when you become aroused, it receives an influx of oxygen-rich blood to support its role in ejaculation. Now, for most men, this process happens without any noticeable discomfort. But for some, particularly those with an enlarged or inflamed prostate, this increased blood flow can lead to temporary swelling and pressure in the pelvic area. That's why some men experience a feeling of fullness or mild discomfort after ejaculation, especially if they already have conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostatitis. Take George, for example. At 74, he had been dealing with mild prostate enlargement for years. Most of the time, it wasn't much of an issue, but he started noticing a dull ache in his lower abdomen after ejaculating. At first, he ignored it, but over time, the discomfort lingered longer, making it difficult for him to sleep. Eventually, he spoke to his doctor, who explained that the increased blood flow during sexual activity was temporarily inflaming his already enlarged prostate. The doctor reassured him that, in moderation, ejaculation was still beneficial, but he also suggested hydration, dietary changes, and pelvic floor relaxation exercises to help reduce post-ejaculation discomfort. For most men, this temporary swelling is nothing to worry about. It's just part of how the body regulates blood circulation. However, if you notice prolonged discomfort, difficulty urinating, or lingering pain after ejaculation, it might be worth checking in with your doctor. While masturbation itself doesn't cause prostate problems, underlying conditions like BPH or prostatitis can make the after effects more noticeable. Being aware of how your body reacts can help you make better decisions about your health and avoid unnecessary discomfort. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, effects on urinary function. For many older men, urinary health becomes a growing concern. And interestingly, masturbation can play a role in how well the urinary system functions. Since the prostate is positioned just below the bladder and surrounds part of the urethra, its condition directly affects urinary flow, urgency, and frequency. When you ejaculate, the prostate temporarily contracts and then relaxes, which can lead to a short-term increase in urinary urgency or a feeling of incomplete emptying, especially if the prostate is already enlarged. This is particularly relevant for men with benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH), a common condition where the prostate enlarges with age and compresses the urethra, making urination more difficult. Some men notice that after ejaculation, their stream is weaker, or they feel the need to urinate multiple times in quick succession. This happens because the muscles controlling the bladder and prostate undergo a brief period of readjustment after sexual activity. Take Robert, a 70-year-old who started experiencing more frequent nighttime urination. At first, he assumed it was just part of aging, but after discussing it with his doctor, he learned that his prostate was slightly enlarged, which was affecting his urinary control. He also realized that after masturbation, he often felt an increased sense of urgency, but struggled with a weaker stream. With this knowledge, he started adjusting his hydration habits, limiting caffeine and alcohol, and tracking when he experienced these symptoms the most. Over time, he found ways to manage his urination patterns more effectively, making nights more restful. However, for men without significant prostate enlargement, masturbation may actually help relax the pelvic muscles and improve urinary flow in the long run. Some urologists even suggest that periodic ejaculation may be beneficial for keeping the prostate more flexible and reducing stagnation that can contribute to inflammation. But the key is to pay attention to your body's signals. If urination feels increasingly difficult or uncomfortable after ejaculation, it could be a sign of an underlying issue that needs medical attention. Ultimately, while masturbation can influence urinary patterns, its effects vary depending on prostate health, hydration levels, and overall lifestyle habits. If you notice changes in your urinary function that seem linked to sexual activity, it's worth discussing with a doctor to determine whether it's normal or something that requires further evaluation. Keeping a healthy balance in all aspects of life, including hydration, exercise, and prostate care, can help ensure that urinary function remains stable as you age. Number 6, circulatory benefits and blood flow regulation. One of the lesser-known effects of masturbation is its impact on blood circulation, particularly in older men. Every time you engage in sexual activity, whether alone or with a partner, your heart rate increases, blood vessels expand, and oxygen-rich blood circulates more efficiently throughout your body. This temporary boost in circulation can provide mild cardiovascular benefits, similar to light physical activity. However, for men with pre-existing heart conditions, high blood pressure, or circulatory issues, the effects can be more complex. For some men, masturbation acts as a natural stress reliever, helping to relax blood vessels and lower blood pressure in the short term. This is because sexual activity triggers the release of nitric oxide, a compound that helps improve blood flow by dilating blood vessels. Studies have even suggested that regular sexual activity may support heart health by reducing stress-related inflammation and promoting better circulation. However, if you experience dizziness, chest discomfort, or irregular heartbeats after ejaculation, it could indicate an underlying cardiovascular issue that requires medical attention. Consider Alan, a 73-year-old who enjoyed a relatively active lifestyle, but started noticing occasional dizziness after climaxing. He initially brushed it off, assuming it was nothing serious. However, after experiencing a particularly intense episode of lightheadedness, he decided to speak with his doctor. Tests revealed that his blood pressure tended to drop slightly after sexual activity, which explained his symptoms. With a few adjustments to his routine, including better hydration, dietary changes, and spacing out intense activities, he was able to enjoy a normal sex life without unnecessary concerns. On the other hand, poor circulation can contribute to erectile dysfunction (ED), a condition that affects a large percentage of men over 60. In some cases, men may notice a weaker or delayed erectile response, which can be a sign of reduced vascular function. Since an erection relies on proper blood flow, any circulation-related issue, whether it's high cholesterol, arterial stiffness, or diabetes, can interfere with sexual health. Some doctors even view erectile performance as an early indicator of heart health, meaning that changes in sexual function shouldn't be ignored. While masturbation alone won't dramatically improve circulation, it can be one part of an overall strategy to maintain cardiovascular wellness. The key is to pay attention to your body's signals. If you ever experience dizziness, fatigue, or unusual heart palpitations after ejaculation, it's worth getting checked out. Heart health and sexual health are deeply connected, and keeping your blood pressure, cholesterol, and circulation in check will support both. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on the 6 changes we've explored. What stood out to you the most? Did you recognize any of these effects in yourself? Or perhaps gain insight into how your body responds to sexual activity as you age? The truth is, our bodies continue to evolve over time, and understanding these natural processes allows us to make more informed decisions about our health and well-being. Masturbation is often misunderstood, but as we've seen, it has a direct impact on prostate function, hormone balance, mental health, urinary patterns, circulation, and overall well-being. The key takeaway is that, like anything in life, moderation is essential. Paying attention to how your body responds and making adjustments where necessary can help you maintain a healthier and more fulfilling lifestyle. If something doesn't feel right, never hesitate to seek medical advice. Your health is too important to ignore. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.